I'm just trying to put a link to different places to sort of let everyone know that I'm going live. If the internet here is not great, someone let me know if that's okay, if you're not sort of hearing this well, or if you can't see me, or you know there's an issue, can someone let me know in the comments? Hello, whoever you are that's joined. I'm having to look over here because my laptop's over here. Let's try and get some posts. I'm just trying to post this in the groups just to let people know what is the deal. If you want to share this, that would be awesome. Just going to wait for a few more people, and then what we'll do is we'll get an idea of who's watching, what everyone wants. I probably will end up channeling a few messages, but let's just see who comes in and who wants what at the moment. So hi, whoever you are, say hello if you want to. If you don't, then there's no pressure. Thank you for joining me. Let's have a look. My internet's awful at the moment. I'm getting a dongle because the internet here is absolutely, because everyone's in their homes. The internet is terrible. So hence why I'm asking if it disconnects, then just kind of let me know. So the dongle should be coming tomorrow if all goes well. It's not letting me post anywhere here. The internet is terrible here. We're going to pull some cards in a minute. Let's just kind of wait to see if anyone else comes in. If no one else comes in, then, and because I can't post anywhere at the moment, I've only posted that we're live in one place. So okay, so let's see. Let's see if I can post somewhere else. If you guys can share this, that would be awesome. Let me turn this off for the moment. Yeah, this internet is awful. It's because I'm live here. Hello, whoever's joined. If you can share this out, that'd be awesome. If you feel like you want to. Obviously, if you don't want to, then there's no pressure. Like, I'm trying to post to different groups, and at the moment, my internet's awful. Hello, welcome. We're going to be doing some, probably some spirit-led messages. We're just going to see who else joins. Obviously, there's only 2 people here, but thank you for joining me. If you don't mind posting, that's awesome. Yeah, this internet's terrible. Can you see? Can you see? Someone's come and then gone now, so that's useful. Whoever is watching, if you can hear and see me well, then awesome. And if you can't, then let me know. And then we'll wait a couple more minutes, and then if no one else comes in, then we'll begin. We will begin. Okay, Twitter's letting me post. That's always good. Yeah, for some reason I can't post to my Facebook group. Let's turn this off. Okay, guys, I apologize for the length of time it's taking me to kind of get into what I'm doing. It's because the internet is absolutely ridiculous, and I'm trying to post in different social media platforms that I'm live, so obviously people can know, and it's like pulling teeth. So bear with me. I guess those that will, need to know will know. And those who don't need to know don't. Okay, so let's we've hit 4 minutes 44. So let's do a daily read here. I'm going to use the energy oracle cards. This is going to be for the general collective. How are you feeling? How are you feeling? Are you feeling good? Hopefully everyone's doing well. Let's have a look what Spirit want us to know here. Spirit, for today's date, which is 23rd of March 2020. What is it people most want to know? What insights, messages, guidance, clarity? Now, I'm planning on staying on here for an hour, so I'm sure people will start coming through. I've only been able to post on Twitter and my personal spiritual group. I haven't been able to post anywhere else. If you don't mind sharing this out, great. If you don't want to, no worries. But let's see what Spirit want to give us here. Hope you're all doing good. Right, let's see. For today's date, 23rd of March 2020, what is it that we need to most be aware of, please, Spirit? What's the insight, guidance? Don't give up. Angel of Strength. And that's probably gone backwards, isn't it? How annoying. That's yeah, guys, patience. This is not a race. This is all of this that you can see at the moment is not a race. This is all one big, we're about to transition into something totally new. Okay. This is not meant to be dealt with in a way that in 3 days time everyone's back on track. It's bigger than that, and we're not just talking about the word that everyone's banding around, which I'm not going to mention on the stream because I just don't like the energy that's being given. This is about a transition into a different ascension. We're ascending, and the problem with ascending is there is a lot of a transitional energy that some are going to feel more comfortable with and some aren't. It's the nature of the way things were designed. This has been designed this way for a long time now. You might sit there and think, well, Jale, that's absolutely disgusting. People are, ill. People are sort of struggling. Yes, believe you me, it doesn't sit well with me either as a healer, but it's a lot bigger than what one element of this is. It's not just about someone, a collective body of people being ill, or you can't get a toilet paper, or it's bigger than that. So be very aware of who is in your immediate reality as it stands at the moment. Okay. What energy are they giving? Are they giving off a lower vibrational energy? Are they more understanding? Because you're going to see a huge transition with people. Spirit are also wanting to say that over the last 2 years, I want you to look back over the last 2 years and look at, if you've got a diary, especially, look through that diary. If you've kept notes, or do you remember when I kept saying in readings to write stuff down? If you've been keeping notes over the last 2 years, I would suggest that you read those notes back, because it's going to give you a clue as to what you should be doing now. There's a lot of people that, I don't know, you might not have remembered this, or maybe you did, but there's going to be a lot of people that were suffering or going through certain things for the last 2 years. Now, maybe you don't remember mentioning this, but I was in bed sick for the last 2 years. I developed my own healing system. Obviously, in August, I started my YouTube channel. I developed my own healing system, and there is no coincidence that I went through that. And it's not to say, oh, woe is me. This is about me preparing for now. And I know that sounds ludicrous, but a lot of light workers would have done. A lot of light workers would have done. Anxiety in reverse has come up. Now, apologies. For some reason, this is now changing the side that you're it's mirroring the words on this card, so you can't actually see. Oh, it's always good. You can't even see on a webcam, can't see on a card. It's mirroring, so you can't physically read it, but it says anxiety in reverse. This is not, if you're in fear, if you're in worry, if you're in high alert, I want you to kind of really go within. All right. And I want you to really kind of sit in your heart center and ask yourself what this actually really means, because there's also a lot of past life issues that are coming up for people at the moment, because we're purging. In order to ascend, we have to purge certain outdated systems, conscious awareness, everything. This is not just any one thing that is changing. Now, okay, there's going to be people thinking, yeah, but I don't like change. Take it a day at a time, there's no rush. You don't have to it's not about planning 17 steps ahead. All right, you need to just, if you're trying to work this out with your head right now, that's not going to work. Just FYI. We've also got journey in the reverse. That came out with anxiety in the reverse. So they're asking you, okay, we can't physically, you know, maybe be as free in the physical, but this is not about a physical change. This, I mean, obviously the reality is reflecting a change. This is about an eternal change. We are transitioning. We're all ascending. So the mind, okay, the mind is a very important tool at this time for everybody. The mind can transition you and to propel you into almost anything. Use the mind as a tool of freedom, okay? And then we've got the first chakra here, Archangel Michael, also in the reverse. So this is challenging security, challenging external kind of expectations, freedoms, needs, necessities. And it's basically asking you sort of really to ground this. We have to ground this energy, all right? You are in good company. You've got the veil is extremely thin at the moment. You're going to be seeing a lot more synchronistic numbers. You're going to be seeing a lot more you know, feathers. I'm not joking you. I've had messages from people saying feathers. I'm walking in my house and I've got a feather in my hand and I'm like, where's that come from here? Someone's just literally placed it in my hand. Usually you'd be walking down the street and you'd see a feather and you think, oh, brilliant, my ancestors are looking out for me, you know, spirit have got my back. Apparently now they're just placing it in my hand. I'll look down and there's a feather in my hand and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. You know, they're looking out for me. You're going to see a lot more uncanny things. There's going to be miracles. This is the time when, I'm telling you now, people are going to start seeing and noticing some really extreme things in a good way. This is not, we're not here, we're not investing in that fear. Sorry, we're just not going to invest in that fear. Now, it's all right to be prepared and it's good to be grounded and it's good to be, you know, aware of what's going on, but we're going to balance that. We've got the seat here. Again, it's in the reverse, guys. I apologize for some reason. This is only, oh, hello. Hi, Lewis. Hi, Bows and Bubbles. Hi, Virgo and Gemini's Love Fire. Hello, guys. Thank you for joining. Sorry, I'm a bit rubbish at paying attention to chat. Right, so this is the temple path here. This is about going within at this time. This is about finding the resources, finding the inner treasures, finding the inner gifts, finding the inner gems, the things that you wouldn't have ordinarily have noticed. Maybe because your life was very busy. We're being asked to scale back right now, okay? What else can you tell us, please, Spirit? Yeah, look. The reason for that is you're going to find that with this new alignment, there's going to be a lot more insight, you know, innovative ideas, intuitive developments that people are going to start bringing out because they've had time, you know, at home to kind of, you know, realign and ascend and sort of recalibrate almost. And there's going to be a lot more developments that you're probably going to see and hear about over the next coming months that are going to involve extremely highly evolved type of advancements because people have been sat and sort of channeling this kind of information. It's like the way people are working, the way people are earning money, the way everything is going to change. Okay, so I feel like that might bring a bit of panic around for people, but it's not meant. I mean, this is not spirit trying to wind everyone up and trying to sort of really make everyone feel like, oh, great, you know, we're just going to be plunged into this rubbish. This is to bring us, because you've got to remember we are all one collective. We are all fragments of one consciousness, essentially. And in order to transition that energy to a certain place, you can't just do it in 3 days. It's not going to work like that. And things have to change on this planet. Now, I don't know, maybe you'll be able to relate to me, but I've seen some really gifted human beings treated like absolute dirt. I've seen the earth treated like dirt. I've seen people crawl for the sake of their own wounds. Okay, the earth was really suffering. There was a lot of injustice. There was a lot of inequality. The austerity situation, it was absolutely horrific. You've got to remember, when you are reflectively, when you're entertaining and involved in that kind of energy, there has to at some point be a cutoff point. Now, I've been channeling the last however long about karma, a karmic cleanse in April, March, April, a karmic cleanse, a karmic cleanse, a karmic cleanse. If you look on my channel, there was oh, hello, Carmenia is that New York City? I'm not sure if that's from New York City. You're saying hi, guys. Oh, hi. Do you know, I've got a girlfriend over in your neck of the woods who actually works as a key worker. She's an essential worker. She's getting your food out for you. She's working 60 hours this week. Quarantine, working from home. Yes, New York. Oh, awesome. You guys, yeah, I've got a good girlfriend that works out in the food business. Yeah, she's on it. She's like a warrior, and she's intuitive as well. She's been working 60 hours. And I spoke to her early today. I'll get exactly. So she's really trying to get you guys what you need at the moment. But oh, she's not. She's on it. She's on it, big style. So yeah, lovely. Thank you so much for joining. If you want to share this out, perfect. I would really appreciate it. I've only been able to sort of share it out on a few platforms here because my internet is awful. Everyone's in their homes. So oh yeah, we do. It's got it really is. This is why I'm trying to go live as best I can, as much I can. Because we just need to kind of there's so much going on at the moment that it's like we're being asked to scale everything back, not because we're, you know, it's like not as a punishment. This is like sometimes we've got to take a side step in order to really invest. And all I can say to you is over the next few months, when this tends to shift into where it needs to, there is going to be a lot of, and I'm telling you, very extremely positive change. Now, I get it. There's a heck of a lot of people in need. There's a lot of people that are, you know, really struggling. I get that. And my heart goes out to them. But we can only do what we can do. Now, if you identify as a light worker, if you identify as a starseed, if you identify as someone that is intuitive, you've all chosen to incarnate at this time for a very, very specific reason. And this, at the moment, this time, apart from attending to your daily needs and attending, you know, best you can to self-care and self-love that we always sort of look at, it's about looking at what is it, why are we here, what is it we're here to do. And that starts internally in just your immediate environment, and then you look in your sort of immediate street, and then you look in your immediate community, and then you look at the wider world. But it's about taking that as a step at a time. This is not going to happen in 3 minutes. Okay, so bear with it. Take a day, a second at a time. I would say to you, if you don't already know how to practice mindfulness, if you don't understand what that involves, to look into mindfulness. And I'll share something with you. I did Big Brother in the UK in 2014, which involved me being locked in a house for, how long was I there for? Can't even remember now. Blocked it out. I think it was 5 weeks. Was it 5 weeks? Something like that. But I was in a house 2 weeks before that, so it was 7 weeks in total. So it's almost 2 months. And then before that, I also had to go into hiding. So it's very important that you don't concentrate on a time scale. I know. Bless you. Yeah. Unfortunately, yes. The UK Big Brother, with a bunch of different personalities. There were 16 of us all sharing a bedroom. I mean, look, I'm going to be really honest with you. Those people in that house, you become your own community. You become your own community. Everyone's action affects everyone. All right. It's really important to do as best self-care as you can at this time, right? Because this is about your vibrational energy and frequency is transitioning into a higher frequency. Now, obviously, I mentioned a lot about the 3-dimensional reality we're in. We're transitioning into a higher dimension. So we're going into essentially the 4th dimension, which is why this is all happening. Now, you've got to remember, people's bodies are not going to be equipped to deal with that. Hence why you're seeing people that are having issues. Now, I'm not going to use that word. I don't want to use that word. The crown chakra, which is where we get streams of downloads, of insights, is where we are gaining a lot of information at the moment. Now, you might have experienced headaches. You could have experienced pressure on your head. You could have hit, oh, hi. Hi, Kimchi. Hi, thank you for joining us. You may have experienced pressure. You may have experienced shifts in reality, sort of an almost like an imbalance. This is because you're gaining insights. Your sleep, if you're feeling like you need more sleep, go with that, because it's going to be really important at this time. It's because you're gaining downloads. If you feel emotional, go with it. Don't be too hard on yourself. Don't feel like you've got to pressure yourself to be adhering to things. It's very important in your household, if you're quarantined with other people, to understand that that's your immediate community. And then when you get structured and when you start understanding what this all means, then it's about understanding and helping the wider community when you're able to, and then transitioning into even wider and helping other people. Now, that's not going to be overnight. But the important thing is when you are, and I'm just talking about the Big Brother experience here, because for me, this was 6 years ago? It was 6 years ago. So you've got to remember, after that experience, it's like I've been preparing for this kind of environment for like over 6 years. And a lot of people that are going to be in this environment and situation, light workers, are going to be the same. Treat yourself with care and kindness. Little things like baths and stuff that to really pamper you will really help. I've been in balance since your person ghosted you. So angry, hasn't reached out during this chaos. I'll be really honest with you. It's probably better off in that situation, because this is the thing. You've got everyone going through their own personal journey at the moment. And if he hasn't reached out, and this goes for everyone, it means that they're not ready. They're not ready to. They have to go, and of course that's going to have flown across the other side of the room. It's because they need to go through what I've just spoken about on an individual level first, before that can be almost like a ripple effect takes place in the wider society. Yeah. Trust me, there are 1,000,001 different light workers, wayshowers, seers, oracles that have prepared for this for years. I'm going to be honest with you, that there's a large collective community that are ready to deal with this. And also, you've got to remember as well, there's youngsters as well that are also transitioning into adulthood, that are also, and these are like the indigo kids, you know, these are the kind of rainbow children that are highly evolved, that are ready to serve in some way. Again, it's about looking and focusing on the healing within you. This is about your own healing, because what you'll do, what the idea is that you're looking into you, and then everyone else will be looking into them as this quarantine goes on. One sec. Okay, so this is the third chakra, Archangel Chamuel. Again, apologies that this is in the mirror effect here, but for some reason when I go live, it is. Can you see here? He's holding that energy here, and there's a sun behind his head. Okay, the actual sun here is about. Can you see he's got that light above his head as well? We're upgrading in our crown chakra, in our heart chakra, but also because this is the third chakra. This is the. It is clear. The picture is clear. Perfect. So the third chakra is the solar plexus, which is about willpower. This is about self-control. So it's about going within and understanding the strength and what you're doing here. All right. If your person hasn't reached out, I don't know if you would have watched the 2020 reading I did. I did a rundown of all the months in 2020, and I said the first wave of people, if you are a twin flame, will be connecting in April. The last wave will be in August. Okay. Blossoming abundance. Look at that card. That is nature recalibrating, because you've got to remember, as within, so without. Okay, as above, so below. So as we're kind of going within, the earth is repairing, which is then returning back to us. Everything is a reflection of itself. And then look, can you see the world? Now look, can you see there's blue, there's a blue light around this world. Okay, this is about truth. Blue is Archangel Michael. Okay, blue is the throat chakra. Blue is about truth, is about clarity. Archangel Michael is the protector. Okay, and he's saying everything is as it should be. Okay, now, okay, again, you could sit there and go, well, people are suffering, people are okay, but what I would be looking at with those people is I'd be looking at their Akashic records, I'd be looking at their soul contract. What is it they're contracted to do? because there's a reason we're here, and there's a reason these things are happening, and you're going to be seeing a lot of change. It's not just about the world. It's not just about people's individuals' lives changing. There's all the injustice, all the corruption it's being moved. It's been left. It's been removed. They're not, spirit are not playing with this. There's I talk about 0 point, the tipping point, the 0 point balance, the universal order. How many times have I mentioned this in my readings? It's because this is now the tipping point. We've reached the tipping point because something has to change, and so it's changing on a large scale. Because I mean, you've probably seen people that are being greedy, and you know, it's sort of. I mean, look, we've got literally nothing in this. If it helps, we've got nothing in this house, but it's not the end of the world. We'll just, you know, we're waiting for people to calm down a little bit, and then if we need something, we go out. It's not that. It's again, if I have to go and get in a tractor and mow a load of crops and then deliver it to people, then I'll do it. Like at the end of the day, it's not really. You just got to adapt, haven't you? So. Yeah, look, this is for you, Carmenia, and others who are wondering about messages from their person. Don't doubt that. It says man holding a heart. All right. Those people that have been wondering about their person as well, don't doubt. First of all, you've got to focus on you at this time. First of all, you've got to focus on you at this time. This says victory. And then as you focus on you, others will benefit. But the door to spirit is opening. Okay, it's about what you walking in first, letting your person do what they need to be doing, and then the rest will follow. This is about everyone individually taking responsibility. All right. The door to spirit is open, and as you can see, the dove has flown through. The dove is as a sign of peace. It's also a sign of purity. We're being cleansed in a drastic way, and as I say, people will be reviewing consciously things very differently. The garden and the gate. This is about a conscious choice about how to sort of deal with these types of environments and these things, okay? As you can see, she's choosing not to go out. She could walk through that gate. She could decide to go outside, but she's contemplating. And this is, again, there's no such thing as coincidence. Spirit are giving me this because it's meant to... This is about, because this is the thing. If you're in an energy where you're only happy or feeling loved when someone else is reaching out to you, or someone else is telling you they love you, or someone else is... It's like spirit are basically saying that this is about self-care, and you know, because someone hasn't reached out to you, there's not a reflection of you. You have to understand that it comes from within. How do I feel about world predictions? Some people have said these are cycles. What is a cycle? I mean, this is an awakening. This is an extreme awakening. What's happened here is that, in my opinion, is that the amount of negative, low vibrational you know, because again, we're in a three-dimensional reality, and not everyone is high vibrational. So the amount of people that are operating in a very greedy, low vibrational manner versus the amount of star seeds that are waking up and being born and are hitting a certain frequency is a total imbalance. And so because of that, we have to be met. We have to meet those energies, and we have to kind of match them, which means the world had to purge. So with a lot of the greed and the injustice and the austerity and all the sort of sufferings that people have been going through, where it's like when you see kids that have got no food. And I'll be really honest with you, as much as this is like, I don't like seeing people suffer anyway, I'm an empath. I don't want to sit and watch kids not being able to eat. And if this means I've got to go through this, let me do it. Let's go. Like, and I know that sounds drastic, but if there has to be a recalibration of balance, because that's essentially what this is, then let's go. But the way I'm seeing this is there was way too many people that were becoming enlightened, or I say that's empowered, becoming empowered. I don't believe, if you're enlightened, I don't believe you're here. I think, I don't think, I think you'd be in the spirit realm helping out upstairs if you're truly enlightened. But there was just an imbalance of unfairness versus those star seeds that had woken up. And so the world had to match some kind of level, sort of, they had to join the two up in some way. Well, you've got to remember, hi Kate, how's it going? Hope you're all good. Yeah, I mean, this is, again, it's done by design. It's done by design. Look at the twins journey. Hi Kate, your energy's beautiful as always, bless your heart. Yeah, it's Carmenia, it's like I mean, it depends how long your journey you've been going on for, but if you've had a kind of couple of years of this, then yeah, there's no coincidence. It's like, and again, it's like if you haven't had union, if you haven't had contact, it's because they need to do the work too. It's like you guys are being prepared individually to then meet up. The world, everything is mirroring everything. There's a very Gemini quality to this. There's a very Mercurian quality to this, where it's light and dark that are trying to be merged together, which is essentially fourth dimension into fifth dimension, isn't it? It's not so much of that dualistic energy, and that's what's going on. So world predictions, I don't know if you've already seen the last video I did, that I posted, but there is, I did predict a few earthquakes, unfortunately. There was one in Croatia that hit a few hours after I posted that video, which was the area that I mentioned. There was a few more areas I mentioned as well. World predictions, you're going to see a lot of different players on the world stage. And I'm talking about politics, I'm talking about celebrities. It's like you're going to see a lot of new players. I say players, I don't know why I want to use that word. It's like you're going to see a few celebrities that are just going to disappear. You're not going to hear of them again, and you're going to wonder why that is. Got to be careful what I'm saying on YouTube. Yeah, it's always good. Let's see. Let's ask the question. Predictions, Spirit. World predictions. They're talking about austerity here. There's going to be a different I was about to say there's going to be a different financial system here that's going to be sort of developed. Man holding a coin. Maribel, hello. Thank you for joining. If you would like to share this live, anyone, that would be highly appreciated. Bless your heart. Carmenia, you can only do what you can do. This is the thing. You are going to get to a point over the next few days, few weeks, where this is going to start becoming easier. All right. It is going to become easier. I can guarantee you that. The reason I'm saying that is because this is the thing. While we were here before this happened, we were reliant on government control, a lot of it, and hierarchy and what they determined. We're in spirit's control now. Now, a lot of people aren't used to that because they're not as connected, or maybe they're not used to connecting to them. Maybe they're still, intuitive, gifted, but they're not as used to relying on spirit. There's a few of us that's all we've done the last 2 years. That's all we've done is been able to rely on spirit. And so this is about a transition from physical into the spiritual. That's essentially what we're seeing at the moment, okay? Which is why you're seeing people's bodies, physical bodies, that aren't able to handle it, because either, and again, see, this is the thing. If you want to, I would like to actually meet and speak to someone who has recovered from this, so I can actually have a look into this and do my own research, if I'm totally honest with you. And even someone who is unwell, I would definitely like to kind of be around, tune into them, so I can have a look to see exactly what is going on. But my understanding here is that it's an upgrade in the body that some can't actually. It's like they're not. Put it this way, a lot of those that have chose to transition at this time, that's their soul contract that states that is how it would happen. Because you've got to remember, if we're upgrading, then the process of transition, like for example, if you haven't hit your soul contract in this lifetime and you're not doing any work about it, then spirit are going to want you to transition up there to learn quicker, because you're going to learn quicker up there than you are here a lot of times, with some people, not everyone. So they're going to want people to go up there to do the learning, to come back to then make a difference. So it's like a recycling system that we're going through at the moment. Carminia, I mean, look, to be honest with you, yeah, I mean, this is the thing. If you'd met me when I was, say, 18, you hated me. I mean, to be honest, a lot of people aren't really a fan of me at the moment. So, you know, it's like... it's true, though. Got to be real. Let's see what other things we can let you guys know about. Don't be scared. Just don't be scared. I know that sounds easy. It's really easy for me to sit here and go, don't be scared. I'm going to be honest with you. I've been asking for this for 2 years. I've been like, Spirit, are you just going to, what is going on here? And I was like, guys, I'm in my bed, like, because I had MS symptoms. And I was like, what's the deal here? Like, am I having to understand to heal myself? And they were like, yeah. And I was like trying to do it best I could. And then I was kind of like, well, are you going to help? Like, well, am I missing something here? Is this me kind of having to do this by myself? And they were like, we can't help you. And I honestly, for years, I was like, oh, you wait until I get out of this bed. You wait till I get out of this bed. Oh, bless you, Kate. That's all you can do, isn't it? That's all you can do. Well, my grandma had it, you see. My cousin had the same symptoms. Yeah, I just, this is the thing. As we shift, no. As we shift, no. Like, I'm not having the same symptoms, which is why I'm able to work more. But yeah, before I couldn't even sit in this chair. Like at the beginning, when I was filming in August, I couldn't even sit in this chair. I was weak, you know. I was like not really trying to stay strong, you know, because just I know. But yeah, look at this. The message from Spirit, daughter value. The values are changing. People are going to start evaluating things very differently. Okay, so anyone that's in indecision at the moment, that energy is going to shift. Girl, one day I'll write my book. One day I'll write my book. Trust me, there are a few of us on this planet, and they need a bulldozer to get rid of us. So just FYI. This is also going to bring the daughter romance. This is not just about the change of value. This is like about a daughter romance as well. I will at some point try and do that for sure. Let's change up the deck here. Let's get a different deck. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to go with the Earth Magic deck. Let's go with the Earth Magic deck. Let's please be some good, nice messages here. I'm planning on staying on for the next 20 minutes or so, for an hour, but we'll see. If more people join and more people are finding benefit from all this, then great. And if they're not, then it's fine as well. You know, you do what you need to do. If you want more lives, let me know. If you feel like this is a benefit, let me know. Okay, so what does everyone need to know at the moment, Spirit, please? What messages, what other messages? Well, predictions, personal predictions. What can you tell us? What is about to happen here? Yeah, it's a really good deck, isn't it? Do you know, it's really weird. I've only started picking this up since all this shift has happened. It's really weird how you're drawn to decks. Ah, look. Now, again, apologies for the mirroring. It says waterfall effortless. This is about feminine energy, okay? This is, now, again, don't forget, guys, we've got the new moon tomorrow, all right? Now, at that stage, it's going to be the moon and sun in Aries conjunct Chiron. Chiron is the wounded healer. There's no coincidence this is going on. And then don't forget, from the 25th, we've got Saturn that's about to transition into Aquarius, which is, and now I'm not sure if you've ever heard this song, but The Age of Aquarius. If you haven't looked at that song, have a look at it and listen to it, because this is what we're transitioning into. All of those people that predicted this in the 70s, this is kind of it, you know? Yeah, Scorpio. I think Scorpio is opposing Aries, isn't it? Yeah, so you've got Moon, and from tomorrow we're going to have the Moon in Aries and Pisces. So don't forget, because we're the Moon in Aries and the Sun in Aries. So don't forget, because the Moon is, I think, still in Pisces. It's still that very watery energy at the moment. There's a lot of purging going on, probably emotionally. So from sort of tomorrow, you might feel a bit more of a release, and if not tomorrow, then the 25th, because again, Saturn's going into Aquarius, and again, if not, the few days after that, again, there'll be a release here. And just let it just surrender. This is the best way to be at the moment, is to surrender. I'll be really honest with you. I started meditating earlier, and I looked at my clock, and I'd done it for an hour and a half, and I didn't want to come out of it. I was like, no, I'm not coming out of this. I don't want to come out of this, because I thought it was amazing, the energy. I mean, it's not. I'm just astral traveling all over the place, and this is the thing, guys. If you feel like you're already starting to feel a bit kind of, this is what I mean by utilize the mind. Start learning astral travel. Look into astral travel, because I'm telling you now, even if you don't meditate, I would highly recommend you meditate at the moment, because it's literally like, I don't know if you've ever done this, when you go to sleep and you wake up and you think, oh, we're here again. Spirit, I prefer the energy in the spirit realm. The meditation has that same energy. It's like a little holiday you're going on. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Even if you can't leave, you're on a little mini holiday. Now, again, when I was in Big Brother, that was also something that I really relied on, meditation. It was because everyone was at the end of it was like, how did you keep sane? And I said, meditation, you know. So yeah, this is what the waterfall is about. This is the feminine energy of surrender and purging and healing. Okay, this is about healing and grounding. So we've got earth and we've got water. Okay, now again, if you're not let's say, for example, you're thinking, well, how can I go outside at this time? I understand you. Put feet flat on the floor, and just sort of imagine roots growing from the base of your feet into the earth, deep into the earth. Now, interestingly, before you do this, I want you to ask Gaia if she allows you to root into the earth. If you feel like she says yes, then you go ahead, because that's really important, because some people don't do that, and I always feel a bit awkward if I don't do it, and I feel like it's a respect thing, because obviously we're gaining something from that, and you know, we're here for a reason, but at the same time, this is not like, do you know what I mean? This is an energy we're gaining. It's like an energy exchange. If you're going to request something, you should give something, in my opinion. That's just the politeness, you know. It's about respect. So again, ask Gaia if she gives permission for you to utilize her energy, and if she says yes, you'll feel that. You'll feel whether or not that's an agreement or a bit of restriction, and then just allow the roots to really grow into that earth, and just sit in that energy as if you're a really strong oak tree, bending. You don't break, you bend, and you're just really absorbing all that nourishment from the earth. Okay, that should really ground you. And again, do the grounding check if you haven't already done that. Sort of hands over the crown chakra, a couple of minutes. If you take it off and you still feel very if you're feeling very rooted, then it means you're good. Or if you feel a shift, it means maybe you need to keep an eye on the grounding. So water and earth. Okay, now at the moment, there's a lot of planets in Capricorn, which is earth, and a lot of planets in fire, which is Aries. So it's really important, because this is the thing, it's really interesting actually, because it's like they say within this situation to keep drinking hot drinks. Go with your intuition. If you feel like, well, I don't want to keep drinking hot drinks, I don't want to keep, then, because again, water, cold, it's like that kind of yin and yang energy. It's about switching it up as and when we need to. Don't just, if you feel like the advice is to do that and your gut instinct is telling you to do it, then do it. But really trust that gut instinct, okay? Because it's like, for example, I've been drinking a lot more water. And obviously the advice is to sort of put, you know, have more warm water, isn't it? So that it's like kills that kind of stuff, that bacteria and virus or whatever. And I'm just kind of like, yeah, but I don't really want to do that. My body, I feel like I want to drink cold water because my body wants the cold water. So listen to your body. The idea is to listen to your body. Obviously, if you've got medical issues and your doctor's giving you advice, then obviously don't ignore that. But just, I think there's a balance that needs to be sort of had. Just listen to your gut instinct. That's my personal interpretation of it. Again, if you prefer to listen to what the doctor's told you, then I would also do that as well. Just go with what you think. We've got shaman, ancient healing wisdom. This was prophesized. This was all prophesized. If you're bored and want something to do, have a look in different texts. I don't know why, but I want to talk about the Incas for some reason. I don't know why, but I want to talk about the Peruvian legends. I don't know why. I've got no link to Peru, but there's something about what the text, or there's some energy that was mentioned, Mayans especially, that they mentioned this. It's weird because I've just got some new shamanic guides as well. I had a Zulu guide come through, and I've got no links to Africa, apart from past lives, but they were giving me all kinds of information about sort of natural remedies and like what to eat and stuff like that. They're talking here about your own inner shaman becoming awakened, and your own inner shaman is how you look after your body, how you're purging, how you're utilizing your time, how you're utilizing your space. So and then once you've kind of really got that under wraps and you've really got that under control, spirit are asking you to really tap into this creative energy. There's a creative stream here that's becoming very apparent. They're talking, this is dreamtime creation that is going, you're going to see people that are going to suddenly have really big ideas. You're going to see, I would call them more miracles. It's like you're going to see on the news, this is not going to be immediately, but you're going to see over the coming months that there's just new discovered lands. Yes, it sounds weird, but there is going to be, you're going to end up hearing about land that's being discovered that wasn't, that people weren't aware of. There's a shift, because you've got to remember, if there's a shift in us, there's a shift in the earth as well, because we're all one and the same thing. All right. And with the water, which is obviously a purging energy, a purging quality, you're going to see a shift in the water, which means when there's a shift in the water, there's a shift in the land. All right. But you're also going to see people here, as in youngsters and older generation, that are you're going to hear a lot of new creations and a lot of very innovative ideas. That's going to be really a big thing. But more specifically, I think in the interim is about new land. Or it's like they're going to go underwater and discover things. They're going to go and find new land. It's like there's land and water are going to be the two things that people are going to kind of find out. Okay, let's clarify what this is. What is emergence reverse with dragonfly? Okay, this is about all people coming together. Okay, at the moment, Carmenia, let your body do what it needs to do. I wouldn't be forcing yourself to wait. I mean, obviously, if you've got to work, then yeah, then definitely do that. You are going to need, your body's going to need sleep at the moment. The body is purging. All right, you've got to remember that. So if you can't get up early to meditate, and again, even if you're going to bed early, I wouldn't force that. I would let your body sleep naturally. For me, I'll be really honest with you, I don't know why, but it's like I listen to a lot of solfeggio music before bed to meditate. It might be that you might want to put aside maybe 10 minutes before bed to do a cleanse before you go to bed, and then maybe see if you wake up early doing that, and then do the meditation in the morning. The other option is to put a rose quartz underneath your pillow. Anything that is pink, rose quartz. I wouldn't be putting clear quartz there because you'll probably end up going astral traveling. Anything like pink, this is rose quartz. This is rose quartz. Anything pinky, Put it under your pillow and see if that helps. Oh, he's invading your energy, is he? Yeah. Yeah, this is the thing. You might want to ask Archangel Michael to remove any negative cause, ties, and attachments. You can send energy to him by sending it to yourself. So the way I'm reading that is that if you're not sending energy to you, if you're neglecting your energy and your energy levels are low, it's also that his energy levels are low as well, and so you're both kind of, it sounds to me like you're almost aligning with each other and you've got the same symptoms. So for example, if he's connecting and invading your energy, send your energy, your self heart energy. So for example, imagine a goblet. So visualize a goblet that's got very pure, spiritual, crystal clean kind of water in it, and then use the goblet to pour into your own heart, and then see if he backs off, because I feel like he needs to understand and learn that he's got to be responsible for himself. But he's probably used to you topping him up. But this is the thing, he needs to learn that he has to do that himself. All you can do is, when you're feeling that, is top you up. Because if you're truly in alignment, you topping you up will actually top him up as well. What other messages, Spirit, please? Don't underestimate yourselves at this time. Power. Okay. This is the downloads that are coming in. This is about very heightened, clear energy that will be downloaded, which is why we've all gone into separation, because it's needed. It's like that we need these downloads. Yeah, try it out. Try that out. It could also be that, again, yeah, it is. I mean, I love this card as well. It could also be that, again, you're just, give it a couple of days. There's a lot of energy being kind of transmuted and recalibrated at the moment. This is going to get better though. This is because our bodies are just trying to prepare. That's all it is. What else can you tell us, Spirit? Oh my goodness, no, don't cry. Oh my goodness. Guys, I don't know if you remember, I don't know if you will subscribe to me at this time. I did a voice message last year in October about Lilith conjunct Chiron in March, April of this year, and I mentioned rainbows. I kept mentioning about rainbows. And it was like, and I was like, what is this rainbow thing? And I remember because it was on a Sunday and I didn't used to upload on Sundays. And I was like, they keep giving me this rainbow message, and I don't know what this rainbow message means, and I don't know where it's come from, and I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing with this. And I remember speaking to my friend, and he was like, just upload it as a voice message. Just upload it as a voice message. And I remember, because the guides were like, no, don't upload it. Don't upload it. Now I'm going to go back and listen to that, and it is still on my channel, but it was back in October, and it was about the Lilith conjunct Chiron at this time, which is actually happening at the moment. Lilith is the wounded feminine. So, and it's weird that all, anyway, so rainbow is sources. Yeah, it's a miracle. This is about miracles. This is about source's promise. This is about the promises you were made when you incarnated. You would have been made a promise. Yes. Yeah, what was that? Did you watch the channel that I did in October, Kate? Because I'm telling you now, this is going to be everywhere. This is going to be absolutely everywhere. Every single time I go to sleep, I'm seeing rainbows as well. This is, you know how we have, yes, Kate, bless you, yeah. Because you remember I was talking about it being a prism, a refraction of light that comes through, and it's like, yes, bless you. Wow, well done for remembering that. This is about, you know how you had like the Blu-rays and the indigo kids. This is about the new generation. This is the rainbow energy. It's like the next level of kids that are being born now are going to be this. There are also some rainbow rays here already, But this is a brand new stream of energy that people are tapping into to get their information. And instead of downloads that we would usually get in sleep, it's a continuous conscious stream of energy that we'll be tapping into. But this is what is on its, I mean, it's already here. I was about to say it's on its way, and like the spirit were like, no, it's already here. Bottom of the deck, love and compassion. So honestly, see, this is the energy I could sit in forever. Quite happily, just sit here, minding my own business, sit here forever, just chilling out. I mean, to be fair, it's if you are now, you might be watching this thinking, yeah, but I don't feel like that at the moment. Wait, don't forget, we've still got Neptune in Pisces. We've got Mercury that's just transitioning or around Neptune at the moment, which is causing a bit of confusion. People are starting to read into things, and it's like we're not sure where we're going either way. Yeah, it's going to give it a couple more days. This, and you can't sustain this energy much. I mean, look, obviously we're in Aries energy, which is a bit more dynamic and sort of fiery, but it doesn't help with all the other energies in Capricorn, which is Pluto, Saturn, and no, Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto. Obviously, Saturn's about to go into Aquarius, which is going to lighten that load. Don't forget, Aquarius is that humanitarian energy. This is about seeing the bigger picture and about understanding what everyone wants. This is about the charitable elements and people that want to help, those that care, truly care. So the Capricorn is very much, and I'll be really honest with you, in the tarot deck, the devil does equate to Capricorn. Now, this is not calling anyone that's got Capricorn in their chart the devil, but it is known to have that energy. And as we're transitioning into that Aquarius energy, which is that humanitarian, you know, caring and nurturing energy, that this confusion, because don't forget we've got Neptune that's conjunct Mercury, which is that kind of hazy, very kind of unsure of where we're going with things, that's going to shift. All right, it's veiled for a reason. Don't forget, things sometimes are veiled for a reason. You know, the spirit veil things for, you know, a period of time. It's like in October when I was channeling the rainbow messages, and I couldn't understand what the rainbow thing meant. There was a reason. There was a reason they weren't going to give that to me, because can you imagine if they said, oh, by the way, in March, April, what's going to happen is there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be suffering and struggling. I'm not going to be able to handle that, because I'm going to be sitting there thinking, well, what can I do? And spirit know that about me. They know I'm the first person that's going to sit there and be like, right, what we doing? You know what I mean? And spirit would have been like, it's not your job. This is not your job, Jale. Stand down, for goodness sake. So you've got to remember, and this applies to everyone, sometimes these things are not meant to be known. So give yourself a break. If you're intuitive and you're sitting there beating yourself up about what you can't see, what you can't figure out, stand down, because this is not going to be figured out from here anymore. We're totally changing how we're getting our information. Like the intuitives here, you'll probably be able to confirm this. When you're tapping in, this is not the same way of tapping in anymore. Totally different way of tapping in. It's like I was reading a client yesterday, and I was so telepathic that it was scaring her to the point where she was like, yeah, but I didn't tell you that. And I was like, yes, I'm sorry. Watch for that, because it's not just going to be me. I'm telling you, it's going to, and if you might have already had it, you might have already had this. Yeah, look. Yeah, Kate, exactly. This is it, isn't it? And you're going to get to the point where you're just thinking, how the heck did I know that? And then they're going to be asking you, and you're like, I'm sorry. Yeah. Iceberg, submerged. Okay, icebergs, only 5% are showing. The rest goes very, very deep. So don't forget, there's upgrades in intuition and ability. You guys are going to be on it. If you, let's be realistic, if you are here and watching these kind of channels already, you're probably very gifted. I'm going to just say that now, because in terms of your intuition and in terms of your ability, it's like I'm hearing they're waking the sleeping giants. That's what's currently going on. There are sleeping giants that are being woken, and this is not about giants to come and, you know, get everyone. You know what I mean? Like, let's be realistic. That's silly. This is the sleeping giants of the lighted realms that have laid dormant for a reason. Okay, Sometimes people's ability isn't meant to come out until a certain point of time, until a certain time, right? Look at the Fibonacci swell. Look at how that's perfectly created. There's a very strong number sequence to that. And if you look at astrology, obviously that kind of map patterns, you know, and mirrors that kind of energy outwards. Everything is as it should be. At this present moment, if you have any doubt, you'll understand this, but at the moment, everything is exactly as it should be. Okay, and the more we're putting time into ours and we're just trying to give our bodies a break and some chance to kind of, because don't forget, we have to shift as well. We're not, I mean, we're here as well. So we have ride the wave, just got to ride the wave. Let me change the deck. I'm going on Spirit's advice at the moment. They keep telling me to change the deck. We're going to go with the enchanted map based on Spirit's advice. I've just seen the bottom of the deck here. It was a magic stream. Now, guys, it's going to be an interesting journey to cleanse tarot cards at this stage. I don't know if everyone else has been doing it. I mean, I could use my energy to do it, but I don't want to gas everyone out in this house burning sage, because they're not going to be a fan of that with windows closed. Do you know what I mean? Which is fair enough. All right, let's have a look. What are the messages? I need to start trying to reiki my cards. All right, let's see. What other messages have we got here? We're into the hour. Let's see. What else can Spirit tell us here, please, that we need to know? Haven't worked out what I'm going to do just yet. Thank you for all those who liked the video. Really appreciate you. Massively appreciate that. I might film a video for tomorrow and then start the Aries readings for Thursday, and then maybe do a few lives in sort of in between. Haven't decided yet, and to be honest with you, it's weird. Spirit usually would have given me a heads up about how they want to do it. They're saying don't sort of plan it, because things are changing very quickly at the moment. You'd have noticed time is going to be speeding up. You're going to notice that. It's because time is a man-made concept. It's three-dimensional. It's not they don't have it upstairs, which is why times don't quite match. Right, dry desert. We've got the dry desert there. Now it's interesting. Can you see the bird in the background? Can you see that bird in the background? That is the guides that are looking out for us, that can see from a higher perspective. They can see 360 degrees around us. We might be looking at this reality going, oh my goodness, you know, look, there's nothing here. It's arid, you know, sort of very harsh conditions. You got to remember, look where she's looking, in that she's looking to the spirit realm to give insight. And the insight is everything is as it needs to be. This here, now, I don't know if you know this, but Las Vegas, didn't that used to be a desert and they built Las Vegas on it? Didn't Las Vegas have nothing on it before, and then they built Las Vegas on top of it, of the desert? And let's be realistic, that's one of the most sought after holiday destinations. You've got to remember, there's going to be people turning, you know, water into wine and other miraculous things that people aren't expecting at this time. But it's about your mindset and how you're dealing with it. All right, don't sort of get sucked up into fear. If you're watching a lot of news, if you're watching a lot of news stations, try and top yourself up emotionally. The dry desert could also mean that maybe you feel like alienated or distanced, or maybe you feel like you can't connect with many people at the moment. Go within and try and nurture yourself, but this is on its way. It's commitment to the self and also commitment to others. So for all of those who are waiting for this energy to pass, try and do the work best you can, but this will come. But it just means that there's put it this way, let's say, for example, your counterparts were brought to you now. There's absolutely no way this would work. Can you imagine being quarantined with them? Let's be realistic. I don't think something tells me that's happened for a very deliberate reason, because I think you're going to see a lot of breakups happening with this. So if you're worrying about third parties, don't be. What else can you tell us, Spirit? Yeah, someone didn't learn. Someone didn't learn. Education in the reverse. Someone didn't learn. And it's like, because they didn't learn, we are all in the situation of learning now. All right, so there was a few collective people that weren't in a position where, I mean, how many times have you talked about your masculines where they're not learning? and they're not learning. And how many times have I said spirit will intervene if they have to? They will end up intervening at some point if they have to. And look, oh look, looks like that time's come. Yeah, look, movement. Now, okay, this is showing the emu here that's sort of transitioning forwards. But the emu is, I mean, don't forget, the emu is the fastest animal on the planet. Okay, that's number one. But look, it's like he's transitioning and he's adapting, this emu. And the movement isn't about, as you can see, he can't run because he's got his belongings on his back. So this guy can't run at the moment. So he's having to be very slow and very deliberate in his movements, very conscious of his movements. This is going to be what's going to develop from this situation. There is going to be a change of conscious awareness. So, for example, your twins, your significant others, your partners, your loves, if they weren't consciously aware of things, they will be. They're going to have to be, because this is about this is a change. This is a shift. Again, bottom of the deck, home. What else can you tell us, please, Spirit? What else can you tell us, please? Right, I think I'm gonna, I'll use this deck and then I'll go to the romance angels, and then I think we'll wrap this up for today. Yeah, this is a message from your masculines, I think. Look, dry desert, they are starting to become a little bit aware that this is just not fun, not a fun process for them. And the guide's saying, you should have learned then. Brutal. Can you imagine sending that in a message? Well, you should have learned then, shouldn't you? Don't send that. Bottom of the deck, making a choice. Right, what else can you tell us here, Spirit, before we go on to the romance angels? What is dry desert? Someone's definitely trying to get people's attention. I think it's, yeah, look, moonlight in the reverse. So again, don't forget, we've got a new moon tomorrow on the 24th, which is transitioning from Pisces into, oh, hi, Michelle, hello. Transitioning into Aries, and because this is in the reverse position, there's an emotional purge that I feel is happening, that there's a lot of masculines are not wanting to deal with. Can you see that we've got the dry desert here, and then we've got the moonlight? The moonlight is the feminine, the moonlight is that emotional, watery energy. Someone doesn't want to acknowledge that they are missing someone. They don't want to acknowledge it. They'd rather sit and pretend that it doesn't mean anything to. Oh, hello, Michelle. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate you. Yeah, they don't want to acknowledge it. They're too. I'm hearing they're scared to acknowledge it. They're scared to acknowledge it. I think this is going to be for a few of you. I think, Kate, this is for you as well. I've got a feeling it's not just as a few of you here that this is going to resonate with. You got to trust him. You got to trust him. Trust yourself. Trust him, because he's you, isn't he? You know, he's another part of you. You got to. There's time for some learning for them. I'm telling you. Like, sounds hard. Let's get it together. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, look. Sometimes people have to hit rock bottom before they get it. This is what no wonder he's trying to reach out to you. Goodness me. No wonder he's trying to energetic. They all are at the moment. They're all energetically trying to reach out, because it's their ego. They don't want to sit and admit. Look, but this is, look, don't forget, there's change coming. There's change coming here. All right, movement. There's movement happening, all right? So at some point, the requesting energy from you is not going to be quite enough. Someone's going to have to, at some point, the requesting energy from you is not going to be enough. They are going to want something different. Commitment. This also flipped out, Golden Palace. This is, and look, can you see that gold palace that's got a bubble around it? This person is not going to want to be isolated, because I feel like someone's had enough already. Someone's already had enough. They don't want to be in a position where it feels like a desert of emotional dryness to them. They don't want to be in that position. They're not having it. Let's pull some romance angels here. Okay, let's have a look. Let's see. Romance angels. Hope everyone is doing well. If you're feeling dizzy, or if you're feeling like you're a bit off balance, I would recommend grounding yourself. I don't know if I feel like someone in here has been feeling dizzy. I don't know if that resonates with anyone. Definitely have a look into grounding techniques, because this energy at the moment is very strong, very kind of higher energy, and I mean in a positive way, not in a weird way. It's like a good. It's like we're transitioning into an ascended energy. Right, let's have a look. What messages do we have here, please? Romance Angels deck by Doreen Virtue. Oh no, you can't read it because it's blooming the other way around. It says this could be the one. Look, can you see all the cherubs are getting ready? The cherubs are working above, sort of behind the scenes here. I'm going to be honest with you. Cherubs are about reincarnation, okay? But they're also about innocence and purity. Now, this is the thing. It's like, how do I want to explain it? Cherubs are, they're like the kind of helpers. They're the helpers. It's like, they start with any new life. It's like the cherubs are there to kind of assist. So like when you're talking about the tree of life and like Sandalphon is the grid keeper of the earth. He rules like the crystalline grid, and when the earth transitions, Sandalphon is always there. Okay, and he rules also the tree of life, which is like the tree of life is like everything that ever has been sort of born from this earth, let's say, and not just this earth. I feel like well, in some ways the universe, but the cherubs are the helpers. The cherubs are like that pure energy that drives that. So there's things working behind the scenes here. It says you've already met the romantic partner you seek. Okay, so this could be the one. But can you see like the man is making the effort there with the lady? It's like there's a sort of a chivalrous energy to that gentleman. I keep saying gentleman, I don't know why. The guy in the picture, there's a chivalrous energy that he's giving to that lady, but the cherubs are in charge of it all. Can you see what they're doing? They're manifesting a lot behind the scenes. Gina, bless you. My mum just got over that. Let me just pull you a card. And also, if you want to message me, Gina, I do work on healing. So if you want to message me, and it's by donation, by all means, the links are in the description box with the emails and stuff. But let me pull you a quick card. Let me go to, what card do I want to pull for you? I know. We'll go to the Archangels of the Oracle. Gina, you've got to keep focused. You have to keep focused, all right? My mum has just literally, she is coming out of that, all right? And you've got honestly, look at heart chakra meditations. Eat anything green, eat that, all right? But you must keep faith. You must keep going. And trust me, my mum was like, she was really bad when I knew there was something up, and finally she got tested, and yeah, but you've got to keep the faith, keep strong, all right? And message me, all right, because I do healings. Right, let's have a look. Oh, look, it says you know what to do. Look, he's holding a lantern. They're saying you've got the light in you. It says you know what to do. Archangel Uriel, trust your inner knowledge and act upon it without delay. Okay, so if they've given you advice and you're doubting it, or if someone's told you to buy something, maybe it's a food. Oh, hang on, acorns. If you can get hold of acorn coffee or anything acorn extract, eat acorns. Don't go out and pick them because they've got tannins in them, which are not great for cancer. All right, but if you can get pistachios, like anything, research anything natural, like cardamom, something that's going to flush the system but keep it neutral. So for example, good probiotics, so the good bacteria, like a probiotic that you can take to, I think it's called, I can't remember that, there's one in Holland and Barrett, there's a healthy food shop over here that you can buy them, but also the prebiotics as well. So you know the probiotics, the Actimels and stuff like the Yakults, get them, because obviously when you're you need your body to have good bacteria as well. If you're taking pills and stuff, that's going to strip that. So you need a prebiotic and a probiotic. Asparagus, yep, yes, yes, yes. Green, yes, exactly, green, very good. Asparagus, yeah, 100%. Let's see if we can pull one more card for you here, Gina. Keep going, girl. All right, I can, yeah, you've got a lot of guides around you, I have to be honest with you. Look, divine order, the divine order of things. It says everything is how it needs to be right now. Look past the illusion and see underlying order. Archangel Raguel. So it could well be like, I don't know if you missed earlier, but I've been ill before and it taught me my healing ability. And I hated them at the time. I was like sat there screaming at them in a bed for 2 years. Like, what on earth are you doing to me? And then now I'm out of it. I'm like, okay, it makes sense now. Like, but I was fuming at the time. But just keep going, because there's going to be something you're gaining from this that you may not be aware of. Keep focused, okay? But you've got to, your mind, don't let anyone tell you, sort of time scales or anything like that. The mind is a very powerful tool. So really do not underestimate that. If you set your mind to something, 9 times out of 10, you can do it. All right. So just keep focused. Okay. And if you need anything, information in the description box is my email. I've got a Facebook support group. If you want me to give you that link, I can post it underneath this video. I'll put in fact, let me post it. Let me pin it on the bottom of this video if you want to join it, because I don't think I've put it in my description yet. But let's pull 1 or 2 more cards for the Romance Angels, and then we'll wrap this up. I'm probably going to film a video for tomorrow or go live. What would you prefer me to do? Film a video or go live? This is the children card. Okay, there's a new wave of children coming in that are coming to, they're very high vibrational energy here. Your love life is being affected by children. Yeah, that's good advice, Carmenia. Yeah. Asparagus with every meal. To be fair, that feels good. Zinc. I don't know if you've been recommended this, but I feel like zinc. Yeah. Find people that you can speak to, Gina. Just whatever you do, if you can find people that you can really support each other with, because this is not the time to be trying to, you've got to keep going. You've got to have good people around you, Gina. All right, because otherwise it's like as much as you're a strong, I can feel you're a strong lady, because you've got some heavy hitting guides around you. Very your guides are very capable as well. Don't underestimate your spirit team. That's one thing I will say. You've got a very strong masculine energy that's helping you with this. Very, very strong. Be around people on the earth plane here that you feel are resonating with you, that are supportive. I don't know why I want to say this, Gina, but I feel like you're extraordinarily giving. It's like you'd give to anyone, but I feel like your family, it's like you just sit and give and give and give and give and give. And they're saying at this point, this is why the divine order card came out, scale it back a little bit, because if you give everything, and it's not about being selfish, it's not about being a martyr, but it's about recalibrating this. You've got to top yourself up first. Then when you're ready, then you can help everyone else. Yeah, Tatiana, that's just me wrapping up the reading at the moment now. I've gone a little bit over an hour, but I will be doing lives. Obviously, if you haven't already subscribed, please do. I'm going to put in I'm going to pin at the bottom my Facebook group, the spiritual support group. If you want to join it, everyone is welcome to join. The actual group itself is peer led. So if you feel like you can help people in the group, by all means, you post as when you think is suitable. And if you need help, then you reach out, and then one of us is available. So it's peer led essentially. But obviously the idea is topping up yourself first, and then when you're able to help others, then great. Oh, bless you, Kate. Hope you're doing well. I'm telling you now, Kate, you're better off nowhere near Camberley. It's gone mad over it. They've gone all mad over here, Kate. Oh, bless you. Yeah, no, Gina, just again, I'm going to try and I might not do I might do another live tomorrow. Check in sort of maybe 8 p.m. roughly, and we'll see what we can do. It depends. Wednesdays I'm not going to post. That might change in the future. Yeah. Oh, it was all, yeah. It's got a bit mad over here. But and then Thursday, I think we're going to be posting the astrological readings for April. But what I'll do is I'll pre-record some of those and then we'll go live for the other times. But it just depends. If people want more of the lives, then we'll do the lives. But we'll see how it goes. Let's do one more card for everyone. Let's do an Archangel Oracle for everyone here, just as a final card. Final message, please. Spirit, final message. Wow, you've got, okay. There's quite a few. Right, we've got clairsentience. Clairsentience, this is inner feeling. Inner feeling. It says, Archangel Raguel, notice your recurring physical and emotional feelings as they signify divine guidance. This is what I'm saying about listening to your body. So clairsentience is that kind of, it's like that feeling of maybe you'll feel like you are needing some certain foods, or you're needing to have a bath, or you're needing to have a contact with a friend. The clairsentience is that feeling. You can feel it. You can feel that there's an information that you need to act on. Okay. And then we've also got counselor here. Counselor, it says you are a natural counselor and many people benefit from your guidance and reassurance. So again, there's lots of people gearing up with their gifts here, so you'll probably feel like your clairsentience is stepping up over the next few days, but also it could be that you're having a lot more people generating towards you, like a moth to the flame almost. And then we've got clairvoyance in reverse. Now clairvoyance is that inner seeing. Okay, now it could be that you're shifting from the inner seeing to the inner knowing through the crown chakra, that claircognizance, or you're shifting from clairvoyance into clairsentience. But there's definitely a movement away from clairvoyance into these other areas. So if you feel like your third eye is a little bit off, I feel like that's going through an upgrade as well. Don't be too hard on yourself. But yeah, clairvoyance is reversed. If you feel like you want to top up the third eye energy, then by all means, look into third eye kind of chakra cleanse. Again, utilize that golden goblet to sort of pour into the third eye if you feel like that needs to be sort of recalibrated. And bottom of the deck here is leadership. And can you see the angel with the trumpets? The trumpets is the call to action, but she's ready, she's poised here, and it says it's time for you to assume your leadership power and position and lovingly guide others. So there's going to be a few of you in here who have been thinking, I feel like I need to be doing this, but I don't know if I'm able to do it. And I feel like I want to be doing that, but I don't know if I should be doing it. Yes, the answer is yes. Go for it. If this is you, you're going to know what I'm talking about, but it's like a plan of action that you would have set that you maybe would have doubted. Maybe there was that veiled fog that you weren't too sure about, but this is a call for you to carry on, keep the faith, and go for it. Sending you guys my love. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for listening. All of your likes, shares, and subscriptions, it means a lot to me, guys. Sending you all of the very best. Sending you many blessings. Take good care. Bye.